anything I've ever heard in my life. And if I could somehow get a doctor to say I'm 50% alien, I could die a happy person.
I'm not a doctor, but I'll tell you. Hey.
I'm 50% alien.
Speaking of 50.
Oh my God, 50% alien, 50% human.
And this is our 50th episode.
Oh my God. I forgot.
I forgot till now, too.
Sorry for the shrieking in your ears for those of you wearing headphones.
We're excited about it.
So sorry, this is why I wanted to go first because mine was more background stuff than
I love
case. But yeah.
Mine is literally just a case. So should we grab a case? Okay, just one. A beer. Or a case?
Let's go out and get a beer. I was trying to make a pun, but
It didn't work. Okay.
No, it didn't work.
Okay, gonna go grab a beer.
Okay, bye.
All right, we grabbed a fun beer from New Mexico, which is Alien Central, as you know.
Alien territory.
Ooh, good one.
It took me a long time to come up with that.
This is from Bosque Brewing Company. It's also a heavy hitter at 8.4% alcohol by volume. Oh, this is the Scotia. Scotia's bold flavor and intrepid presence have become a thing of legend. With a deep amber hue and luscious viscosity, this juggernaut is heavy on the alcohol, caramel, and malt. It is a Scotch ale.
Sarah will love this one.
Oh, it's from Bernalillo. All right, let's open her up.
While Sarah pours, I'm going to share a pun that I made up the other day. I was texting someone who actually said that he hates puns. And so then I said, puns are what make America great. And then I immediately sent cheese. It was what makes America great. Get it? Great.
With the spelling of
grating. I was so proud of myself. And he just said, I'm leaving. And then I just kept sending cheese puns. And I said, goodbye. You'll be back. And then I sent a screenshot to Sarah because I knew she'd be proud. And then she started sending cheese puns like, Asiago, amigo.
Asiago, amigo.
And I was literally sitting at my kitchen table dying laughing.
I mean, they were funny cheese things, so you have to.
Oh my God. And then one of my good friends, Rebecca, said, I would spend a lot of cheddar to come see you. Hope you haven't already heard that.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. I was laughing.
Alrighty. Cheers.
Thank you. You're such a good pourer. Oh, I like this.
I like it too. It has the same sweetness as the first one, but not the heaviness.
I think this is less sweet than the first one. Oh, it has a sweet aftertaste. I think my beer taste is expanding because of this podcast.
I mean, probably. We've had hundreds of beers.
Well, I was like a little...
Well, not hundreds because there's only 50 episodes.
No,
you
we
do
have,
the math.
Oh my God, we have had 100.
Oh yeah,
because we do two.
We've tried 100 different
beers.
Oh no! Oh yeah,
we have tried just on this podcast 100 motherfucking beers.
That's amazing.
What?
Everyone, please cheers to us. Thanks.
Round of applause.
I did snaps because I'm holding a beer in one hand. Hey,
100 beers.
100 light beers away.
Damn.
Got him. That's alien beer jokes. Light beers. But these ones are heavy.
Okay, let's hear your story.
Okay, let's
In
change
other
the subject.
news.
I'm going to tell you about...
Oh, wait, sorry. To describe this beer.
Oh, yeah.
It's caramely. The description she read off the bottle is spot on. It's caramely. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's a little bitter at first and then gets sweet, but it's very... Caramely is a good description. Okay, go.
And it's boozy. It's a good beer.
You're boozy.
True. Okay. I'm going to tell you about the abduction of Travis Walton.
Oh, hit me, Travis. No, don't.
Travis would never hit you. He's great.
Thanks, Travis.
So my sources are excerpts from a book called Fire in the Sky by Travis Walton. You may have heard of the film. It was about Phoenix, Arizona, called Fire in the Sky, and it's based off of this true story of Travis Walton. True or untrue, you can decide for yourself after I tell the story.
True.
So, yeah, I didn't watch the movie because that's like an exaggerated based on these events.
That Believer by that one band is stuck in my head. The one that's on Shrek. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave you if I tried.
Oh, yeah. Smash Mouth?
Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop interrupting.
The MUFON. It's the Mutual UFO Network. It's an acronym. MUFON. And
I am tattooing MUFON on my butt.
Mufana. And then the Independent. Oh, wow, I sound dumb. No, it was just
The codependent?
No, it was just independent interviews with Travis.
Oh, it wasn't.
I watched a lot of interviews.
Wasn't the codependent?
No. Okay, so Travis Walton was a 22-year-old man who had it all. He had a girlfriend who he adored. He had a great job. He had a thick 70s mustache.
You have way more than I do, Travis.
Like he got it going on.
Tom Selleck?
Yes. The year was 1975. Not the band, the year.
Makes sense.
And Travis was living in a small town called Snowflake, Arizona. Have you ever been to Snowflake?
No, where is it?
I have. Snowflake is a tiny town in central eastern Arizona where, yes, it does snow. It's a really small town.
Okay, wait, you're talking to someone who's directionally challenged. What is that near?
It's on the way to New Mexico. If you're going to Albuquerque, you're going towards the east. You know where New York City is? Go that way.
Oh, okay, that helps. That helps. Thank you.
So you go up like past Flagstaff and then you go towards New York City.
Okay.
So it's in there.
I got you.
It's cold there. It snows. It's really wooded. Not typical when you think of Arizona, you might think of red rocks. It's not like that. It's like the woods.
It's snowflakey.
Yeah. So Travis worked for a man named Mike Rogers. And Mike Rogers had a sister, and his sister was Travis's girlfriend. So he
dated his boss's sister.
Yeah. So Mike Rogers was a logger. Bless you, child. And had a long-time contract. And he had a long-time contract with the United States Forest Service for logging, brush cleaning, maintenance of the woods, things like that.
I thought you meant he was a beer.
So he had a contract to be a beer. Not a bear, but a beer.
You're a Kolsch, Sarah.
You're such a sour.
Proud of it.
Travis was one of Mike's loggers, not the beers, but was also his best friend and his future brother-in-law. So he ends up marrying Mike's sister in the distant future. The United States Forest Service had contracted Mike and his team, which consisted of Travis and a few other men, John, Ken, Steve, Alan, and Dwayne. You don't have to remember those. So this contract was to thin out some brush and undergrowth in a 1,200-acre area near Snowflake, and this was called Turkey Springs, Arizona. Turkey Springs was quite a distance from Snowflake, especially in the 70s, so many of the roads that we know now were still dirt or gravel, and they're very bumpy, and so all the men traveled out to Turkey Springs together from Snowflake, because they all lived there, in a pickup truck. And it was a pickup truck that had like 2 seating aisles. Like it had the, how do you say those?
Seating aisles.
You know, this like the little areas.
Rows? Yes.
Yeah, that you can sit in. There are 2. Yeah, so it was like a car truck.
How many seating aisles does your car have?
I'd like to rent a car. How many seating aisles are available? I don't know, but there was a couple, okay?
Minivans have a lot of seating aisles.
They do, front to back, baby. It doesn't start at the bottom. So Travis was working with a chainsaw, as well as a couple other guys, felling the thin trees and clearing the area. It was a normal workday for them, nothing unusual. And finally, it was nearing 6 p.m., which was their like hard stop for the day, which was 15 minutes past sunset, because this was November of 1975, so the sun was setting pretty early. So sun had set, and 15 minutes later, Travis looked at his watch. It was 6 p.m. He was like, sweet, it's time to be done. So he hollered to let the crew, including Mike, his boss, know, hey, time to hop in the truck, hard stop, let's go, and head the 45 minutes or so back to Snowflake. They all loaded up in the truck, business as usual, with their chainsaws, gas cans, etc. And the guys sat in the same seats of the truck every day in the same seat aisles that they were used to picking.
Okay.
And Travis always sat shotgun by like right by the door. It was crammed, but they were totally used to it. These 7 guys like squishing into the truck. So they drove off with the windows down. The night was cool, it being November, but they were warm from the day of labor. And the guys in the back lit up cigarettes. They were happily laughing and joking, and the truck was bumping over the road, like going over empty creek beds and things like that, because it was pretty rural at the time. It still is. And then suddenly Travis noticed something in the distance through the tall, thin trees. So it was a light. At first, he mistook it as the sun coming through the trees and setting, but then like quickly he was like, oh, wait, the sun set like a half hour ago at this point. Like that's not the sun. And then a couple other guys saw the light too. And Travis knew that they saw it because suddenly like everyone stopped talking because everyone was joking, smoking cigarettes, like laughing, whatever. And like the chatter just died. So up ahead, there was a clearing free of the trees. They were coming out of the wooded area and they saw the source of the light. Travis essentially was like, yo, what the hell is that? And Dwayne suggested that it was a crashed plane maybe, because it looked like maybe it was in the tree and like maybe a plane had crashed. He wasn't sure. And then John suddenly was like, yo, stop the truck. Like he was like freaking out. He's like, stop the truck, something like there's something there. So Mike stopped the truck and he turned off the engine. And according to Travis and all 6 of the other men, a large saucer was floating about 20 feet off of the ground, like right in front of them in this clearing off the side of the road.
Oh, like super low.
Yeah, it was like very low. And it was motionless. So he said that it had this golden light to it and a ton of windows around the top part. And that the saucer was like smoothly engineered. Like there was no lines where like the welding had happened. He said it was just like smooth.
Everyone saw it, right? This isn't just Travis.
All 7 of the men saw it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, this is only a few years after Barney and Betty, and it's similar. But
yes.
Yeah, but it's not total copycat. Like
it's different. So he said there was a golden light that it emitted and that it was so unusual that it sort of lit up everything around it. Like the light reflected off the plants and stuff. And Travis referred to it as, quote, an eerie glow. The UFO was 15 to 20 feet wide is all. It was really small and maybe 10 feet tall. So it was kind of pancakey, but not completely flat. But he said it looked like 2 pie pans put together, but with no seams. There were no antennas or anything like that. And he said that, all the men said that it just seemed to float motionlessly. Like it looked dead. It just looked like it was there.
Because normally when I picture, like if you told me something is hovering, I picture like at least a small vibration,
There's
right?
a little movement to get it to stay there. No,
something.
They said it was just completely still as death.
Weird.
Yeah. So they were all in the truck at this point. Still as
death. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it was just like not moving. So they were all in the truck at this point, but Travis said he suddenly felt like a really bizarre, bless you, a really bizarre urge to go near it. Kind of like Barney did.
Yeah,
like he
ran into the
wanted
field,
to go look at it. His colleagues were like, yo, don't go there. But Travis, don't go there. But Travis couldn't help himself. He was lucid. Like it wasn't like he couldn't control himself, but he was just like he couldn't stop himself from going.
That's how I feel when I see a Reese's.
I actually saw a Reese's and thought of you today. So that's how true that statement is.
I have a problem.
Yo, if we put 2 Reese's together on their flat sides, they look like a saucer.
Oh, and you could just melt the chocolate together to get rid of the seam.
We are making saucer Reese's.
UFO party.
Join us.
UFO party.
Anyone want to join our alien party?
Oh, we can make UFOs. I'll make Reese's UFOs for the luminol ball.
The luminol ball. We'll talk more about that at the end.
Can you make your homemade Reese's again? Thanks.
Yes, those were delicious. Bye. So Travis walked underneath the edge of the saucer and like his colleagues were like kind of dumbfounded. Like they couldn't speak because they were blown away. They didn't know what was happening, but they were also like, don't go. Like they were afraid. So
you sounded so convincing. Don't do it. Just go.
Immediately I'm like, bye. So Travis went under it, but not in the very center. He was just like under the edge of where it was floating. And he suddenly heard it make like a low numbing sound. That's what he described it as. He said it was combined with high-pitched beeping. So a numbing low vibration with high-pitched beeping. Mike yelled out to Travis, but at that moment, the UFO started wobbling kind of back and forth, and Travis felt something hit him in the chest. He described it as a sharp, cracking, popping sound, and he felt like he was hit with a foot-wide beam. He felt like he was just like, when you fall, this is not a great description, but when you fall off the monkey bars as a kid and you lose your wind, kind of like that. Like he was just like, boom, like lost his wind. He instantly went unconscious.
No, that's a good description because we've all fallen off.
Yeah.
Even if not the monkey bars, we've all fallen off some playground equipment before.
Yeah. And it felt like that. Like it was just like, boom.
Hello, strong beer.
Hey, he lost his consciousness. And this is all Travis remembers from that moment in the woods.
Okay.
I'm going to go to like the other men's experience and back to Travis's. So the other men saw Travis's body shoot 10 feet through the air. So not that high, but high, slam onto the ground. And like he looked like he was dead. They said they saw the UFO remaining in the air, but like really wobbling. Like it was nothing, then a little bit, then it was getting more wobbly. Like it was like going to a climax essentially. Not in that way, but just like in the way the word climax is defined. Caitlin, stop it. She's not stopping it. Everyone at home, tell her to stop
No wonder
it.
my parents are not proud of me.
They should be, though. So the other men got in the truck and they sped out of there, leaving Travis as quickly as possible.
You dickholes.
Yeah.
Sarah, if you wouldn't leave me, you'd be right there with me. We'd both be getting slammed up and down. That was you, not me.
I would go with you into the spacecraft.
That's what I was trying
anything.
to say. You didn't have to. God, I was trying to give you a compliment.
And you know how it feels.
Okay, now I know how it feels. You're right, to be on the other side of my mess.